Hey Guitar Ninjas, this video is a first of a get to know me video. So I'm Rory Price, if you don't already know, and there we go, you know me, woo, done. No, I actually have not planned this video at all to make sure that it's exactly raw and it's just me being me. I've got to try and remember to look at the lens and not the screen, so hopefully it doesn't look like I'm looking up. In fact, I might just dip it out of the way. Gone. Okay, so this is just a video of me talking about my past and things so you can get to know me, and I'd love you to throw comment questions below because I want to do some future ones of these. I want to help you guys to actually know me, connect to me and see what my mission is, why I'm doing things and all of that. So I first got into guitar because my brother had an old one sat around and would play the odd riff that used 3 or 4 notes. That was it. And then there was this guy across the street that started shredding with his window open, and I'd hear some crazy sounds that I never knew could come from a guitar. And it really inspired me to want to play some more, but I didn't really know what I was doing or listening for. So it didn't really grasp until that random person happened to meet my sister and fall in love. And when they were together, well, they're still together, when they first got together, and he got to know the family, he got to know me, he saw that there was an interest there, and he bought me a Pantera album. And it was the first time I ever really heard what guitar could do. Like, outside of the world of, like, Boyzone and Ronan Keating-y sort of soft playing on a few chords. So it was really interesting to hear this, and it drew my attention. I all of a sudden became like obsessed with this sound and decided that I was going to start learning guitar, and the thing that I enjoyed the most was finding a challenge to achieve. So there was always that next technique, that next thing. So I would learn the odd little riff and then I'd get bored. I wasn't going to learn a whole song because once I learned to go through the chords once to do a verse, I don't need to play it 50 times. Like, it really bored me as a kid trying to play full songs. It wasn't until I actually had to go at playing a full song along to the music that I realised how fun playing full songs could be. I don't really remember having to work hard on guitar because I just loved it. I would grind a new technique, but it was with that excitement of getting that technique down. It wasn't like a chore to practice, it was always with the goal in mind. So I've adapted my lessons recently to make sure that my students have goals and targets all the time, and not just a standard, here's a lesson, right, I'll see you next week, have some practice. There's a goal to achieve every time. So I've kind of changed the feel since I looked back at where I used to be. So I then got fairly good at guitar. I wouldn't say amazing, but by the time I got fairly good, I remember being in my room as a kid with my foot up on the bed or a stool and my guitar, pretending that I was playing to a massive festival, and I would be sad and do the voices of the crowd coming back to me as well. I'd be like, how would do a download, woo, yeah! And then I'd just be rocking out a guitar, lost in that world of the music and pretending I was on stage with parents probably downstairs getting fed up with how noisy I was getting. But luckily I didn't get too many complaints. They were really supportive, whilst yeah, in fact, no, they were really supportive of the music side. My mum especially would say, well done, you're doing really well, when I decided I wanted to show her something that now looking back at was probably really bad guitar playing. But she could see the progress and the passion, and she supported that, which is amazing. And that's again something that I've realised is important. When I see the passion in students and see what they're interested in, I want to direct things that way. So where did it go from there? I guess my skill level just kept growing because I had a lot of fun. I found the minor pentatonic scale, and I found the Poison album from Bullet for My Valentine. So a heavy album. As metal goes, it's easy listen, but as pop and rock goes, it's definitely metal. But I listened to that album, realised the whole album was in the same key, which I think from memory is C minor. I haven't played it in a long time. But I found the C minor pentatonic, and I would put the album on, and I didn't learn the songs. I felt the speed of the music, used the scale and improvised and made up my own solo to put over the top of the music while listening to the music, so I would adapt to the feel of a verse or a chorus, and the solo would change how it sounds from the way I'm playing it. So I really got into improvising and fell in love with it. And I even now prefer to improvise and write things than to learn other people's songs. That's just my passion for music, is that creative side. If I'm feeling happy, I'm going to play something pop-like, or reggae-like, or chill. Or if I'm feeling sad one day, I might come in and play some minor chords, so some sad music. Or if I'm feeling angry and I just want to get the energy out, or full of energy and I just want to get it out, I might put on some rock and metal and play along. And actually only yesterday I decided to put on some songs I haven't played along to in ages and play along. So I played Enter Sandman by Metallica from start to finish along to the track. I played a couple of Nickelback songs, yeah, sorry guys, I know, shouldn't admit it, but Animals, because it's quite a rocky one, and things like that. Yeah, to be fair, Nickelback aren't as bad as people make out, but I didn't say that. So yeah, anyway, I was having a play along to, and Avenged Sevenfold. Loved playing along to Avenged Sevenfold again. It's been so long since I've done it. Both Nightmare and Unholy Confessions. So I do love my metal music, but I do love it all. You'll see me pick up my acoustic and play things. Again, it's that challenge, that new venture to go for that I really enjoy. So when I discovered Andy McKee and his fingerstyle, I just get into it and involved so much. So for my guitar journey, by the time I reached, 14? So I'd only been playing guitar for a couple of years now. I already reached a stage where somebody asked me if I would teach them to play. So I actually started having students as young as 14. And I had built that guitar as my GCSE project, which I realise I haven't shown in this video, so saying that guitar probably doesn't help. So this guitar here, I built as a GCSE project, and if you look at the back, you can see I did the orange that people could grade, and that design I did in my DT lessons. I liked it so much, actually I got it then tattooed on me later on, so that means guitar. Yep, it's not a pterodactyl or a Pokemon or whatever you think it is. That, to me, is just that guitar. It's just weirdly cryptic. Anyway, that's kind of a big crash down into my first 14 years. I think I was then about 17 when I then got asked by my cousin to join his band, Bitter Silence. Not so proud of them. And no, I am proud of them. I really enjoyed being in that band. I wouldn't be proud to be creating music like that now, but at the time it was really good. Had some really good size gigs as well, for the fact that we were such a small nothing of a band. If I understood the momentum it had at the time, it probably could have gone really far. But it fizzled out, as these things do. Members changed a few times, people moved away and all sorts. And then a few years later I decided it was time to start a new band, and came up with the concept of a band that threw pillow fights at their gigs. We called ourselves Padding Needed, as in like padding from the pillows, or as in like we're crazy and should be in a padded cell. Although I realised later on that it could be misconstrued, that we're talking about like bra padding, and it was like we're a band of transvestites. So that was a bit of an unfortunate miscommunication for some of the people that saw the band name. But the logo was a pillow, so hopefully that kind of covered things up fairly quick. Padding Needed did really well. We ended up playing with Goldie Looking Chain and Razor Light. We had a few gigs to, well, we're probably getting close to, but I don't think we ever broke the 10,000 people mark in an audience. One of the festivals, we had 200 pillows, threw those into the crowd, and people were fighting over pillows because there weren't enough. It was that busy. We had confetti cannons, flames on the guitars. It was awesome. In fact, you know what? If I can find some footage, I'll throw a bit into this video. Hopefully I can find something. But yeah, anyway, that's the whole gist of all of that lot. I've been teaching guitar then since I was like 14, but in 2018 I started to take it really seriously and came up with the Guitar Ninja. And that kind of takes us to where we are now. So that's a big splurt of information about my past relating to guitar at you, but I'm happy to talk about anything that you guys are interested in knowing. It could be guitar related, it could be just random stuff. So, oh yeah, also the Guitar Ninja came because for a long time in my life I had been involved in, even if not training, in judo, and I kind of merged the two. I also do a lot of tricking, which is kind of like gymnastics from martial arts. So you kick hard enough to do a backflip, or you're trying to do crazy spins. So it's really flashy. It wouldn't actually work as a martial art most of the time unless you win through intimidation. Your fitness and reaction speeds are there, but it's really big, flashy movie style moves. So you can imagine you've got lots of open space to be attacked. So it's not a great martial art, but it's really cool to do and fun. So I kind of merged all my tricking and judo and guitar together to form the Guitar Ninja. So there is my crash course. Ask any questions you want in the comments below. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in a new one soon. Cheers guys. Bye!